Train, where's it going? Who's going to win?
Oh, I picked Avangar, but Train and Fnatic, explosiveness, AWPs. If Fnatic pulls out the double up, I think they might win against Avangar.
I actually feel like okay, so the problem I saw in Avangar's play last time that questions the strength for me against Fnatic is they had a lot of B takes that weren't really working. They were getting bombs down, but they couldn't get into a position. B is like one of those sites on Train where if you get the bomb down, okay, that's great, but no one cares. It's not like if you get like a bomb down on Mirage and you've taken the site. Okay, it's pretty hard to get back into that bomb site. But B, you got to take position with it, otherwise it's meaningless. And I saw like round after round they were doing this and it wasn't really working. And I was wondering, this is why are they doing this? They have great takes, great defaults. But I do think that Fnatic are quite a well-rounded team on Train. They have a great skill set, and their explosiveness on the T side, I think that's going to give them a really good T side against Avangar. And I'm worried that Avangar might make some strategical mistakes on their T side. So that's why I think Fnatic will actually win.
Okay.
That's why I think they'll win.
Yeah, I'm the only person who picked Fnatic, so I still think I think Train is a good deciding map for them. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Dan, I'm impressed that you've kept your shoes so white.
Oh,
it's been quite a few months since you bought those. The Cortez.
Long time, yeah. They're a
went
decent
down the road to get them, so I'm impressed because it's not easy to keep white shoes white, especially like the Cortez, which are going to be heavy duty.
Yeah, they could use some. I could make them a bit cleaner, but.
Yeah, but no, I'm impressed. That's a good job. It's a good job.
Cheers.
We spoke about the black and yellow and the contrast. I forget what the conversation was, but we got to.
Wu-Tang. We're talking about Wu-Tang.
Got to know before that. We weren't talking about Wu-Tang. We referenced Wu-Tang. Thank you.
In the Pack 40 video, I was like, for some reason, I was like wearing the whitest trainers I have ever bought, and they're like really hard to clean, and they were like walking around in mud. I'm like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
I had to write off those trainers.
Amos' shoes got battered as well.
Yeah.
I think you had suede shoes on, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
I think you had suede shoes on.
It just suede on in the mud.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was really brutal. But that's enough about shoes.
Oh.
Although I feel like we should have a proper shoe segment. I think we should do it at LAN, and especially like when we did the PUBG event. There were so many Chinese hype beasts there with Supreme things on, Louis Vuitton bags.
Why don't we do a fitness
all
segment?
that stuff?
Why shoes?
Because we're gamers. There is no fitness. There barely is.
There's loads of gamers.
There's
fitness.
Do you know what? There's less fitness than there, like proportionally, than there is black people in Counter-Strike. That's how little fitness there is. I think so.
How many black people are there in Counter-Strike,
two.
James? and how many people are there doing fitness? Anders? Me? There you go. It's a tie.
Okay, so doing exercise.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
Generate awareness. If anything, the gaming community
Anders
needs
is doing
it.
it really well, actually, because he's doing it publicly to hold himself accountable, to help him motivate himself. But he's motivating other people to do that as well, which is fantastic. So props to Anders.
Yeah.
Props to Anders. I can't get motivated to go to a gym, but I can get motivated to play football like 4 times a week. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So
I took you to the gym
stuff.
once 4 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And got you doing deadlifts.
And my hand bled.
And you're bleeding afterwards, which is good.
People have some kind of pride thing where they don't want to wear the gloves. I want to wear the gloves. People are cussing me out. I don't care.
You have soft hands. It's okay.
I'll do what I want.
You gotta put lotion on those hands.
I don't want like elephant skin hands. They're not soft.
Shake a person's.
They're not soft.
A lady's hand. It's like, oh, you have nice soft hands.
They're not soft hands, but I don't want.
I have soft hands.
I don't want coarse hands.
I lotion them up a lot, though.
You lotion your hands?
Yeah. Every time.
Train is hopefully coming. Where's the map? I need to get away from this studio. Okay, let's just do the knife. Just help me, please. Help me out here. I can't look at this man and his lotion hands.
Take care of my skin, James.
You do that.
You
do that over there, far away from me.
Have a handshake with the bears and just like slip right out. Oh god.
I love an M9 bayonet. There's another one.
I have a quote for you, James.
I'm not sure I want to hear this.
Ask not the sparrow how the eagle soars.
Okay. And that is in reference to what?
Oh, it's just
lotion?
Not really, no. It's just a quote I was thinking of earlier.
It's a nice quote.
It's very
relevant.
It's basically about, like, obviously the sparrow can fly, but it's not the baller of the sky like an eagle.
You don't need to explain it. I understand it.
Okay, good. Well, maybe people don't.
well, then you have to think about it. If you explain it, the whole thing is pointless.
That's true. It's a mental exercise.
But
which
then
I've
half
ruined.
the people might not even know what you're talking about, so it's good to have some context.
Well,
That lead them like little food on a trail.
Okay, guys. Let's relax now. Focus on a pistol round. Thank you. No more eagles and sparrows. It's not Game of Thrones, yeah?
but it's could be.
Stop. I'm surrounded by unusual gentlemen. Grenades into the A bomb site. I think it's smokes for the most part. They've got 2 Molotovs, Fnatic. Where will they be placed? All 5 are here. Is that for the back trains? That would have helped with the bomb plant attempt. There's one for the other side of the bomb site. We've got players in the middle, though. A CT around that smoke. And there's a man advantage for Avangar. Again, they're fighting for survival, fighting to keep their chances to go to land. And there's Brolin, who is the last person.
Oh.
Headshots from him. Beautiful stuff. Is it Brolan? Brolan? How are you saying it, Dan?
Brolan!
Brolan.
Brolan.
What was I saying? Brolin.
You're saying Brolan.
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 Brolan. There are 2 L's there.
Brolan.
Brolan would make more sense.
Yeah, it's definitely more the Swedish way for sure as well. You
Brolan.
earlier when you said I'm surrounded by uninteresting individuals or whatever.
I did not say interesting.
Yes, unusual, whatever it was. You really wanted to say I'm surrounded by absolute morons.
but if he was
Didn't you, James?
Spanish,
You wanted to say that.
But if he was Spanish, be Brolan.
But he's Swedish. He's definitely not Spanish.
Never know, right? I guess
No, we absolutely know. it's a
Physical education, we do know.
easily proven fact.
My heritage, yeah, going there.
So, wait, your heritage is Spanish now?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, Fnatic looking for the burst of the B-bomb sites. Looking to explode on top of the bomb train. Sanji and Kika there to defend. Jado is making noise towards Hell. If you get a kill here, that would be pretty amazing for Fnatic's success towards B. But there's only 3 towards B, so they definitely have read that that's a lurk. And Kika, oh, he's got a great spot there. Finds a headshot. Sanji gets his 1v1 too. It is falling apart for Fnatic. They have been eliminated. They've been decimated, annihilated, obliterated. It is not a good round. What a force buy. 4 players surviving there for Avangar. That is incredible.
That patience by Vanguard is still stacking players inside, even though JW is spotted literally by the Hell area, by Hell Sandwich, and still no movement. And that's why if you do fakes, you do information plays, like I'm assuming that Fnatic was kind of doing a fake, kind of probing, scout kind of play, you have to get a kill. You know, for fakes or to get people to rotate, you need to get a kill for it to work. And JW didn't get a kill, and they didn't rotate.
It's hard sometimes. It's hard to force the kill. Sometimes it comes at too great a risk, and so it's an awkward spot if your opponents play it well. It's a great headshot to start off the round. We might have the battle of the force buys. The battle of the force buys! Might be more epic than...
Here we go.
Never
Here comes Captain Obvious.
Never mind. Never mind.
3 plays in B for Avangar. We've got Sanji round the outside, looking towards Ivy. And he's holding the tight angles towards main as well, but they have been taken away. Silenced M4A1. M4A1S. Needs to get our hands on one of these. He's been spotted. Twist having a look, having a poke. Not quite getting it done, and we've got more Vanguard players now in the A bomb site as they've cleared B. 2 versus 2. JW caught on a reload. That leaves Crims alone with the scout. He is close to the bomb. I don't know if it's been seen. I don't think it has. That's a sound cue, as well as the scope. So now the CTs have all the information. 26 seconds, and that is an awkward engagement, but it will be won by Buster. He's like, whoops, back up the ladder. Crims is like, whoops, turns around, back down the ladder, and there is the round for Avangar.
So something I think that'd be cool, James, that you can get behind is if Valve put in the assets for all the sounds that were from 1.6. So you get the old ladder sound, you get the You get all the old gun sounds and metal sounds and running sounds, all that kind of stuff. That'd be kind of cool as like a thing you could turn on and off for servers. Obviously not in a competitive play, but like that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, maybe it exists on. No, it probably doesn't exist. It's nice, but I don't feel like we see too much nostalgia in CS:GO as much as we could.
Yeah.
Even when they remake a map, you don't have the sprays that were on the old ones. And memories which are quickly lost, it seems. Like the Dust 2 sprays are not there on a new Dust 2.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a nice pop flash
Good info.
to the left of the bomb train near oil. You can do a really nice pop flash where you just walk backwards with a left click, and it sails for a nice ramp pop flash. Indeed.
Knife. Is he twisting you?
You can hear the tagging.
Knife, yeah! Oh, James, he's unfair. He tagged him up first. It's not fair. It's not a fair fight.
Probably not the player you want to give 4 kills with a, or 3 kills with MP9 and a knife. You know, the main
Ooh,
opper.
How much money is that? James, do the calculations.
I can't. I'm too tired.
The best, do the calculations.
All right.
Don't do maths on stream. Don't engage him.
Someone do the calculations.
Internet can do it.
My job is to order the calculations. Someone else's job is to do them.
I'm thinking 3,200.
You're the master of coin.
I'm assuming he made 3,200. That's my answer.
Okay.
I'm assuming that he made this much water.
We'll just decide it's correct. We have
Okay.
decided.
Wow, the committee has come to a consensus, so that assumption is a fact now. Okay, well, it's a lot of money regardless.
Wait, I'm way off. I was adding
No,
shotgun
we
bonus.
got to let go now. We got to let go. The time has passed. We've got to move on and focus on the round.
So it's a slow round from Fnatic. They've got 2 players on Ivy, and they're effectively just pressuring with the default here. You can see Crims, his intentions are not necessarily to push in, but if someone peeks, he can try to get a kill. He can show presence, he can make noise. And here's a pop dog take. That is beautiful. That was very low cost, very low effort from Exist, and they picked up pop dogs. Now they can start thinking about going for a split onto the A site. They could go for a fake as well. That is a possibility. Whether or not it's wise is a stylistic choice, I would say. But in a 5 versus 4, Avangar are going to rush towards the A site if they find presence here. If there is another kill on this bomb site, the fake will work really well. But it looks like they're just going to go towards B. They do have the lurk left on Ivy. So Kika left to defend against the AKs with the MP9. Not going to work, but extreme damage done to Brolan and Exist. Brolan now down to 1 HP. Can you believe it? And he'll get the bomb down.
There's a huge frag around Connector. Really makes it hard for Vanguard. They won't realize just how low these players are. It's a great situation for the CTs when you've got to force the T's to fight while standing in the Molotov, but on this occasion it may not work out for a Vanguard ultimately. Buster, 1 versus 2. Did he just spot Brolan? Doesn't look like it.
Throw a flash at his face, come on.
Just the 1 HP. There we go. Still wondering if he's actually spotted him. Doesn't seem like he has. I don't know, maybe the radar's betraying us somehow, but seems that Brolan is going to die. Now, I'm pretty sure he was just sitting there with his 1 HP, begging for mercy, but there will be none.
It's like looking to the sky. Looking for the some deity to sweep in and save him, some divine intervention.
Lord of Light.
I said no more Game of Thrones. You lied to me, James.
I didn't say no more Game of Thrones. I said no Captain Obvious, like... Oh, actually, I'm making a joke because... Look at you heard him earlier. He's gone science with the jokes. He's explaining the jokes. You can't explain the jokes. Because then they're not funny.
But they're more accessible, James.
Maybe that's a style of humor,
Yeah,
and it makes it funnier because we know this.
You know what? Trash bin bags are accessible as well, but they're full of rubbish, Dan.
I don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying, but okay. Oh man, James
and the Flame.
Yeah, that's a gamble. You're trading 50 HP for the chance at a frag that's unexpected. But the A play comes in for Fnatic, and that's going to work out nicely. Sanji's creeping though, and that's beautiful. He can threaten the flank. Oh, he's found Crims there, creeping by the Ivy plant spot.
Oh!
Okay.
He's alive!
He's alive. Gordon's
Kika's alive. Brolan versus 2, we are a pair of idiots. Brolan has the bomb and he's rotating towards the B bomb site, but Kikat's making inroads. He's ready. I don't know if Brolan's heard anything. I don't think he has, but he's got a massive Krieg, and that's a massive bullet in the face. Looking for a rotation, biding his time. Is he really going to go for a double back? He is. Brolan. 100 HQ, IQ, not HQ. It's too early. It's too early for me. I don't know what to say.
100's really low.
32 HP. Stop making me think about things. James is 9. Dan, I can't do this.
Oh man, well Brolan's got a perfect position. That barrel spotted every time that's going to be a frag. So good setup from Brolan. 4K from him. He's been lighting up every map. He's been so good.
He's been hugely
100 IQ play.
He's Forrest Gump, everybody.
Slightly below average intelligence. Slightly below average intelligence play from Brolan. It's all that's required. Doesn't need to be. He doesn't have to expend any additional energy, James.
Keep it simple.
I see what you've done there.
Keep it simple.
He's so smart that he doesn't expend any additional energy that's required.
I think I need a glass of water.
There you go. I fixed that for you.
Oh my god. It's not a good day for me, is it?
It's a great day.
Got Dan explaining jokes.
I talked about the Big Bang.
Mike, 100 IQ plays. Jeez Louise. Oh, that's 30 IQ right there.
Okay, we're edging dangerously close to the black hole of that is Delirium, and it's only the first best of 3. Usually this doesn't come out for some time.
I like it.
Okay. Okay. Sanji got called out by the Bears.
Oh my
And now
days.
he's mad.
Well, that's a turn of events. Avangar had nothing in this round. And now they've got a lot of headshots, and they've got themselves an AK-47. Fnatic have a minute on the clock, which is a huge plus for them. JW is going super wide, or... Okay, I thought he was going to wrap to B. I thought he was going super wide, which would have been beneficial because then he can't be flanked. Surely he hears a scope. He heard the scope. That's a big headshot. Not looking for another player, but he got shot at, so they have information. Ivy is controlled by Twist. They know where Kikert is. He gets the spray. And he will rotate, it seems. Now, he doesn't have a defuse kit, so he needs to move quickly. Twist has gone into the main position. So he's pretty deep. He's pretty far away from the bomb, but you can't expect a defuse kit to be had. And he knows that he'll be looked for. There is the bomb being touched. Is he a believer? No, he's a person who will hold an angle. And that will be survival for Fnatic, just about, in round number 7.
Expensive, but great play by JW. Twist, staying alive, getting the bomb down, winning the round. Can't ask for more than that. Now Vanguard's on an odd buy. They're forced with an MP9 and 2 MP9s. No kits.
Kit's not required if you don't allow the bomb to go down.
It's true, Dan.
Yeah.
Very wise.
Why buy a kit? Just don't let the bomb go down. Well, there's a nice start from James. Catching Brolan, the power player. The man of the hour. The man of multiple hours. It's Brolan. But not anymore, he's dead. And the utility for Avangar has been almost all but used. There's only a couple of grenades left, and there goes the incendiary. Just a smoke. Now Grim's going for the run. He's just sprinting into the bomb site. Little does he know there's a player very close. Sanji in. Ooh, I do not know how the hell Grim's pulled that off. He's bouncing around.
Random movement, forcing awkward tracking from Sanji. May have saved Crims just by chance. And that is a very big frag to get, because look at the position it puts Fnatic in. They have a lot of the train yard, not all of it. You can see Buster poking in from CT spawn from the far end. Bomb continues to tick. Crims, he's looking towards oil, but not his hard left. And he gets taken down for free, but there's JW to do something about it. And Exist won't win his duel. The Augs are too strong, and the M4 on Fitch. And there's a 10-second defuse of Vanguard with an unlikely retake, all things considered. I thought that round was going to Fnatic.
Yeah, Exist was in a pretty important spot. If he got the kill, that definitely would have been in Fnatic's favor. But fortunately, as you mentioned, they lost their duels. spread themselves out and lots of duels. That's what happens when you send yourself one-on-one. You have to rely on duels. And sometimes it's not always the best thing to do. Uncertainty. And hero buy, again, we've seen this a lot in the last, I guess, month. Teams are hero buying. One person on the T side will buy, or CT side, and the rest will save. So it's pretty cool to see the evolving shifts of like metas and save rounds and buy rounds. It's beautiful.
Prim's taken out towards Ivy. Not a great round for Fnatic. Plenty of pistols, Glocks, but a P250 on Twist will make a difference as far as Fitch is concerned. Grenade collected by James. Will absorb the resources. He'll loot the box. Exist is carrying the bomb. There are no grenades. There is a taser on JW.
That's what we'd like to see.
He's run a pop dog. There is Exist waiting patiently in exchange of bullets. The bomb has been seen towards that IV position, and James comes in to reinforce the position. As does Sanji. They saw at least 2 players, maybe 3, not quite sure. And the advance continues from Fnatic.
Oh, the timing for James is not ideal. But as he can fall back with the smoke, it's actually okay. And the utility is non-existent, nor the Kevlar or the weaponry for his opponents. And that is just going to wreck everyone. Oh my god, that's just completely owns Fnatic. But they pick up the AWP. So they are dangerous with this AWP. Twist has it now, and the AK and MP9, even though they've got no Kevlar, all you have to find is a good timing, and that's you winning the fight. Oh god, it's got to be so careful here, and Sanji's worried about that push from Sandwich, as he should be. And it's come to a bit of a standstill here. Vanguard, though, they need to take the initiative. I can't believe that. I mean, the taser makes so much sense in this position. JW waiting patiently. Oh, he's turning around. Oh my god. He's going to be furious with that, but they'll still win the round, it looks like. Unless Buster can find this last frag quickly. But Brolan, he's been so clutch. He understands the timings, and he's not even going to get challenged. What a weird round for Fnatic to win after James spotted everyone in Ivy. Got a nade that just did so much damage.
I just can't believe...
How do they lose that round?
Well, I'd say particularly in Jamie's positioning. Well, that's a really nice shot.
That's so sick.
That's a really nice shot. But
How did it kill him?
Jamie's positioning was really bad that round. He put himself in a spot where he could get overwhelmed by pistols or guns, and that they could easily access an AWP. And so that's like 2 really, well, maybe even more than that, because there's, you know, anti-eco. You're playing so close with AWP by yourself. Like, where's your teammates? Why are you in that spot? There's just a lot of questions that doesn't make sense. And you lose the round because of it. Yeah.
An extremely unlikely round. Extremely unlikely. And now we have a role reversal. Avangar picked up the crap. The accessible trash has been looted. And this is what they found. A fadeaway CZ kill by Kika. Doesn't know anything about that. Really some bizarre kills in the last round and this one already. Although that was very impressive what we saw with the P250 from the ladder rim position. Exist with a great second kill. I think he detected the player around E-Box as well. And now it's just down to Kika with the AK-47. The usual Vanguard grenades, even though they're on a CT side, they'll continue doing their usual bits and bobs. We'll see what he can rescue from this round. Maybe a save operation of this AK-47. The bomb's been planted. Fnatic looking for number 6. Again, Avangar must win this map, otherwise they are not going to London.
But NIP will. Fnatic are playing for Sverige.
For their bros.
Broland. Sverige is the grey. Okay, so we have a pretty weak economy here for Avangar. So Fnatic are in prime position to have a pretty solid half at this point. Although that said, a lot of these rounds, even with limited equipment, have been going back and forth, and Kika could happily drop his AK or his CZ to some teammates. So we're going to see them force it up here, it looks like, I think. Okay. What is it? What is this going to look like when all this bots?
Well,
That
looks like
utility really sucks,
yeah.
man.
And this is one of the maps where CT side, it's really beneficial to have a lot of utility, especially slowing down that mid rush if the T's decide to do it. But you see Fnatic, like JW, kind of conditioning, always throwing a nade over, maybe a smoke here and there, just bait whatever utility CT has. And it looks like they're just going to just group up and try to overwhelm this inside person.
Oh, that's some damage right there onto Exist, and an unexpected push. Avangar might just have to, I think, yeah, immediate save. Just concede the rounds. That timing was so offbeat. Avangar did not expect or anticipate anything like such as that, and they were just not ready. So they had to concede that immediately.
And you know, to kind of show you that position that Keekert was in, Avangar played against Mousesports yesterday on this map.
Yeah.
And Rops played pretty much inside by himself, but Rops knew that Avangar probably like to take inside a lot, or their play style, they're pretty methodical and grouped up. So instead of playing up close like you saw Keekert did, Rops actually played super passive and defensive, let Avangar execute the bomb site, and that's when you're talking about Avangar had a hard time after post plant and inside to get positioning because Rops was alive, and so they can't push it. They can't push through smokes if Rops is still alive. It's easy kills, and when they did, Rops was getting a whole bunch of kills because of it. It allowed space and time for his teammates to rotate.
So what I've learned from this is that Rops is a god.
He is
but this
really
already knew.
You did know. We all know.
3 rounds in a row, 3 plants in a row for Fnatic. Well, 4 plants in a row. One was defused. The first was defused by Avangar. Both teams on a good buy now. Avangar need to start clawing rounds back on their CT side. They were very, very dominant on CT of Inferno, and they would look to see similar dominance on Train. Some unlikely situations have led them here. Really unbelievable round that they managed to lose when Fnatic had almost nothing. That's a great start, though. A cheeky peek from Popdog can net you a player towards Ivy, towards the top trains, for example, top green or something. Didn't happen on this occasion. A gamble was taken, and it's an early advantage for Avangar. It's a very strong advantage, and they need to convert this, but have a look at that.
Wow.
Jane just lining up maybe for a pop shot through the smoke, and JW being a sniper himself, maybe realizing that someone may want to do that, or just watch the smoke in general. Is he going to walk through this? He's so cheeky. Oh, that's unbelievable from JW. What a way for one individual to turn around this round from a 4 versus 5 to a 4 versus 3. Beautiful stuff. The game sense, the awareness, the style of Fnatic. JW really embodies the identity of Fnatic. Now we've got 4 players around the A site for Fnatic. We see a rotation from Vanguard as a smoking connector. Fitch will make his way through it to join his teammate Sanji. That leaves Kika on the B-bomb site just in case. 3 versus 3. Broland's been taken out. There's a trade from Crims. Sanji forced to fall back. They can't afford to let go of this round of Vanguard. Quite literally. There's Crims, that's the bomb on the floor. 15 seconds. Fnatic have to speed up. There's another trade. JW's been everywhere in this round. 4 kills for him. Almost single-handedly taking this one back for Fnatic.
What a round from JW. Started with a smoke kill in the Ivy and then creeping up, getting the second kill, which you get 2 kills Ivy by yourself. That opens up the outside so much because you see Fnatic's kind of set up towards middle, just waiting for JW to make some moves, and he does, and just brilliant map maneuvers by Fnatic.
Yeah, that was awesome. And they are looking quite dominant on this T side, which is a must against the Avangar, who have a very strong CT side usually. So this does not bode well for Avangar and their future. But for Sweden is going to be rejoicing if Fnatic win this best of 3. All of Sweden.
All of them.
All 9 million.
All of Sweden.
All 9 million.
Even IKEA is going to join right in.
5 versus 3. This is turning into a very solid half. Score-wise, for Fnatic, Avangar forced to retreat, to fall back with 2 scouts. That is not a good indicator. That's not a good situation. At the mercy of Fnatic at the moment. Growing with power, thanks to an individual play from JW. unreal to start 4 versus 5 with a pick like that and then turn things around and get a 4K just when your team need it. That's huge from JW.
I think Fnatic's also been abusing the way Avangar's been playing their CT side. On outside, Avangar's been playing a lot of passive setups. You're kind of far back, trying to snipe, just try to play these off angles. And then you see Fnatic, they're getting down ladder too easily. You see Exist a lot of times just heading right down ladder by himself, and that can give a lot of information as a T. Like if you go to if you have ladder spot, then I mean it's just a good spot to kind of backstab as your team hits outside. So that's why a lot of CT players would like to play aggressive E-box or ladder room, so they could focus on either team middle or Ivy instead of having to look 3 different spots passively.
That was a nice sequence from Twist. Just in terms of all the places he was expecting to potentially see someone, the crosshair placement as he moves around the A train yard. Nice mini education there. And now 2 rounds remain. The AWP is out for Avangar. That's always very, very important. There's an average of kills apart from Fitch. He's 3 for 10. He's been suffering in this game so far.
So quiet movement towards inner for Fnatic. There's 2 players that are committed. Fitch is committed with key cuts, and there's the lurk. It's Twist this time on the lurk. So they show different players in the lurk spots, Fnatic, which is important to do, mix that up. And this is the problem. This is exactly what Eric was talking about, in that, I mean, what Ross was able to have success with against Avangar was in playing more passively, because you don't have to hold close. Now, obviously, if you got some good setups for it, that's fine. But the only issue is when you give up position on the B-bomb site. The issue is not letting the bomb go down, but it's if you give up position. And what you're doing is, by putting 2 players close, is you're committing to win, to die by, win by that setup or die by that setup effectively. And Fnatic played this really well. They have great coordination. They did a contact play out. Really good way to counter that sort of a setup. And Avangar will suffer for it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with playing 2 people there. I'm just thinking that I think Avangar would have had much more mileage from playing a passive setup, considering the fact that they have these AWPs. So you don't need to play.
I mean, if you play
one
2,
and done spots.
if you play 2 inside, you better get a kill. You better
Yeah.
get some kills. I mean, they just went 0-2 in that exchange, and that's never a good recipe to win any round. So
What a great half from Fnatic.
yeah, they're just really just putting the clinic on Avangar.
It's a lot of rounds on their T side.
That's a lot of rounds.
Quad AWPs.
It's a lot of rounds. 2 pairs of AWPs on the server at the moment. There'll be trades around at E-box position. It's a lot of information which Crims has gleaned for his team, and Exist will make his way forward. JW having a look, going for a flick, but he's the one down to 12 HP. That was very costly indeed. That's corner of the smoke. Timing-wise, could have been bad for Exist. Maybe it will be. Fitch getting there at the right time to concede the potential variance in either direction, and that may help a round win for Avangar. Twist taking a look, and he will have the focus of these players, but it's not schoolboy football, so there will be other players looking elsewhere. Kikert taking Brolan out by that main position. They know where Twist loss was, and surely he cannot do this. He's been given a 1 versus 1 though. Not quite going to make it there. Surely there's no need to give him another one. There's a minute on the clock. The HE will be enough. Or will it? The AUG will finish off the job. 5 rounds, a desperate 5 rounds for Avangar towards the end. Look at that string of rounds from Fnatic. Absolutely crazy T side. Can they gatekeep Avangar once they change sides? Find out after the break. And we're back. 5 rounds for Avangar on a CT side. That is more than disappointing for them. Again, they must win everything this whole week. Otherwise, they'll get some cash, but not the cash they'd get if they went to LAN. And
for me, this is always the hardest match that they would have had. I was saying, like, you know, I feel like against Optical Phase, I feel like it'd be easier than Fnatic. If Fnatic are really, really good right now, they're experiencing, I don't want to say a peak in their form, but after having a long time of sort of inconsistency and sort of finding their identity and kind of getting the experience on Brolan and getting Twist, you know, comfortable in the team and as a dedicated sniper, and Krim's back into form and JW filling it again, you know, that has taken quite some time. But they're there. They are there, and they are very scary to face up against. And that's great. You know, I remember there was a day, do you remember, James, there was this time when Fnatic went 26-0 in online matches or something like that, just before one of our LANs. You know, there was, you know, Fnatic, there was, of course, in 2015.
I'm not good with memories,
the
though.
Most dominant team.
I should take more pictures.
And and yeah, so it's good to see that Fnatic are, you know, in shape right now, and they've found a good groove. And
it's a TeamSpeak issue, which is why there's a delay, for those wondering.
Let's have a barbecue.
Do you know what? I hate the fact that rounds start in black and white.
Barbecue.
Why do you hate that, James?
Because do you know how much I paid for all my skins, all my shiny skins, all my different colors?
But it goes in
if
color.
I'm in spawn, I want to. Yeah, but it's not color right now, is it?
Barbecue.
If you take a time out, you're in black and white. I want to look at my shiny skins.
Barbecue.
James, you can look at your skins all day.
Yeah.
When you're in game, you should be focused. Okay.
Well, I'm the only one appreciating the barbecue here. All right, you guys don't know what you're
I
missing.
want to look at. I have like 10 knives.
Why
I want
is
to
it
look at
on
my shiny knives.
on a roof?
I have to say,
I've never seen it before. So check it. So you just showed it to me. So like, I was quite impressed.
all right, we've got 4 players with utility across the map, 2 per side. We saw double mollies on the Fnatic T side around the A bomb train to stop the cheeky peeks in certain positions from CTs. We have 1 molly on Avangar, which maybe will be used post-plant towards B. You can see they're huddled outside the B bomb site at present. Smokes are being deployed, as well as some flashbangs. Now, there are variations. Oh, it's a fake. They're lying. They're liars. They are defrauders, defilers. And there's the Molotov towards Connector. Not quite hitting the mark, but it will still do the same job.
Oh man, they've all been locked out. They've been locked out. JW's found a way in, but he's had to go through the back door.
Through the back.
It's worked out. He's managed to get a pick, and that has opened things up here as Fnatic have, you know, eventually spread out. But look at this position from James. Brolan's just not checking for it. Oh man, he could even have gone for the knife, maybe. Okay, maybe not. But it will waste a lot of time here for Fnatic. Grims has a kit though, and there's the pressure forcing them to come off. Exist does not have a kit. This is now looking hopeless. Nice kill, but there's no time at this rate because the kit again is on the ground, and there's still a player alive. Sanji will finish it off. So Vanguard win the must win pistol with a lovely fake. That was really cool.
That's very nice.
It's really cool.
If Fnatic would have watched Avangar play the other day, they would know that Avangar loves hit inside. So Avangar playing the anti-strat.
What's weird there, though, is that post-plant Avangar had nobody watching Pop Dog. And it's like, you all came out of Pop Dog.
Yeah, I saw
Ladder. You need someone should be watching that. That's like somewhat you've faked to draw all the CTs in to the B bomb site. So you need to have somebody watching the flank.
It also, I mean, you're right. You should have always a person watching the flank, but it also was JW, and he just has weird timing sometimes. Like he pushed when he shouldn't be pushing, flanking when it's like, why are you already flanking? We were just there.
Man after my own heart. 4-round lead for Fnatic. There is a tag from onto Sanji, not from Sanji. Now, what you don't want to be is tagged repeatedly by scouts before you have significantly weakened the opponent. There's 1 scout taken out. You can see Brolan is on the site itself. Smoke towards Ivy. A bait. JW doesn't take it. Very patiently lands that shot. You can swing wide pretty quickly with the scout. I love the moving speed. It's so good. Where's Brolan headed? I thought maybe he would go for the scout itself, but he's standing in the smoke for the time being. If he sees no one's here, he could collect the scout. You can look towards Pop Dog with the scout. Oh, his teammates tagged him.
Oh, gave it away.
That is a complete disaster. That could have been so much, but here we are. Avangar 5 versus 2. It's great for them. Last 2 players on the B bomb site, and this will be a simple enough anti-eco round.
This is why you play with your teammates' names above your head, so you can never, ever make that kind of mistake.
That's not that's not enabled in professional though at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, the show team equipment.
That's not enabled?
No,
I didn't even know
it's
that.
disabled at majors, and
Yeah, because you can see through walls where your teammates are and stuff by looking around.
Yeah, that's.
I think the
I didn't even know that. Oh,
okay. Apparently we have enabled it, but I don't know if the players would even necessarily be aware of that or have it enabled by default.
Well, they
Because
should have it.
Because some, I know in the past I was talking about it, and people like Get Right and so on replied to me, and I think Rops and other people were saying like, we can't use this in professional, so we don't use it at all. Because for someone like me, you know, genius playing with idiots essentially, I can see everyone's utility, and that saves me having to communicate that stuff.
I'm a genius playing with idiots.
Absolutely.
That's what you said.
There's always an invitation for you in the lobby, Dan. But no, like, on a serious note, yeah, you can see the position. There's a lot you can do without communicating. And it was interesting to me because Valve stopped coaches from communicating, right? And, like, they want to focus on the players on the server, and that's fair enough. But I thought part of that was to try and, you know, empower the good in-game leaders and so on. And it does, in fairness, it does empower them, but it does mean that communication is less important, but perhaps the kind of, it's just taking out the crap of the communication so they can focus on better things, because you can see at a glance what people have by looking around. However, when people get a certain distance away, you can't see the icon anymore. You can't see the information, which is kind of weird. I don't know why that's a thing, but there we go. Yeah.
Well, I play with just their names. I don't play with their
Equipment.
inventory above their heads. So.
Oh, well, CL, it's +CL_show_team_equipment.
There's another command. It's like observe ID or something like that.
Which is for the names?
Yeah, just for the names.
Okay. The utility is hugely important for me. I need to know who has what.
But it takes up so much space. Like, it's just a lot of white lettering, and sometimes a little distracting when you're trying to shoot people away from your teammates.
Fnatic winning this round, guys.
You think so? I don't think so.
Well, they're 4v3 in a save round, and
they're not going to win.
It's kind of
this
a
round.
desperation plant from Avangar. There's Fnatic players everywhere. Just takes one more Deagle headshot. That's all that's required.
No way Avangar loses.
ECS can't find it. Damage onto Fitch. Brian's given his position away. He needs a teammate to use that distraction, but Avangar will take one down at a time. And looks like they have indeed salvaged this round, which looks very scary. There's a lot of gambles in how they were walking around the map trying to find a way to plant the bomb. And Fnatic made that very difficult. But Avangar picked up the third round, but it was not without its problems. And now the 4x for Fnatic's in action. We've got the AWP for Twists, and it's going to be quite interesting to see what Avangar's approach looks like on this T side. Starting it off with the default would always be wise. Get a feel for how the CT side is going to be playing. Already exchange of damage through nades.
Look at Fnatic's setup. They have 3 towards kind of like bomb train hell area and 2 inside off the start. So, tells you something. They know. They've done their homework.
And Sanji, you know, he threw the molly in the smoke. He really represents that there's someone that they're pushing Ivy or playing Ivy. And that's actually delayed the rotation, but it doesn't matter because everyone's getting cut down moving into the B bomb side. Avangar actually kept 3 players on Ivy by the time they were pushing B, but they had to kill the defenders on B to make that actually work out for them. That's a shame.
So you want to know what ruins exist in that spot? It's just a simple pop flash over the lower ramp, and he's forced back. And I can't stress this enough as how important it is if you're doing set pieces, smokes, you want to follow chain flashing just to push him back, because exist is just shooting people. It's easy. Too easy.
Yeah, it is a shame that because again, like that Fnatic almost overreacted to the play on Ivy because it's so early. You don't really expect fakes like straight away. So, oh dear, James couldn't even hit the no scope there. He's always going to die though. But Fnatic, that was too easy. Perhaps that is a sign of things to come. Yeah, you're right. There was a flash.
One flash.
There was a flash, but it did absolutely nothing. It looked like it exploded before it got out of the window.
Yeah,
or something.
May have hit the lip, maybe didn't bounce all the way.
Yeah.
But if you do it properly off the wall, it falls over the lip of the wall and it blinds 4 seconds that spot that exists is in, like anywhere in that area.
You need to show me this flash later.
I'll show you it.
I'm always down to land grenades.
Simple.
Ooh, we've got the aggressive smoke grenade from Fnatic, and Kika's got to run through the flames, maybe to catch a player moving up, but there is no player moving up. You can, if you're running up the ramp with a reasonable spawn on the CT side, if T's are rushing towards B, you can hear them. Berlin gets a dink on a player through the wall, not for colossal damage, but every little helps.
It's cool, it's cool as well because Buster was spraying the smoke that the CTs sent forwards, which makes it sound like to the CTs that there's no T in past that smoke. Because why would they be spraying it if that was the case? So I wonder if that was a bait setup. And there we see some of those Avangar nades that do damage on the pop dog position.
Swedes seem to be very susceptible to this. Rez took plenty of damage there previously, and now it is Broland's turn. But no more HEs remain. There are, however, Molotovs, only 2, but perhaps they will be used on the B bomb site itself. The grenade starts to stream in towards the connector position. Existence is in a good spot. If flashbangs come lower, he will easily avoid them for the most part. You can hear them being deployed now. East up one. Was he spotted? I think he might have been. They're looking for him. 3 players face at the same time. Not much he can do. Twist has a flank base of action. Brand on a very fast flank. Takes out the flanker. Now he's got a really nice position. Pulling his gun back out just in time. Still alive. Drops the HE. 2 players rotating in the meantime. There's a pop flash. Not quite doing the job, but Orkwell, almost another kill for him. If they peek now, they could get punished on the high ground as Crim's delivering a huge frag. Trying to find the last players. Who knows, one's back trained. Now, where is the last one? This has been a good retake so far. Buster by Oil gets absolutely wrecked. Second AWP can be collected once again. Crims will go and find it while JW diffuses. 12 rounds for Fnatic.
Looks so close. It looked like if Vanguard's going to have it, but as yesterday, as we talked about, their post-plant inside is just lacking. They don't have like something that they go to, or they're not getting kills. I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, it didn't look like that was a spot where Fnatic would be able to bring it back, but Fnatic were very confident in their fights, and that confidence really, really worked out well for them. And Avangar kind of look to be in this position now where they're scratching their heads a bit, thinking, right, how do we win rounds? Like what? Like we're not sure. Like the confidence I was talking about Fnatic having is not there for Avangar at this point, insofar as the approach that they should take. And I feel like, you know, they put themselves in some good spots. But we'll see if they're able to find something else. You know, again, it's a team that has a pretty huge playbook on all the maps that they play. So that's really beneficial for certain teams because it always feels like, okay, you got something. No matter how hopeless things get, it's like there's always something you can go to. As they don't overly rely on individuals or overly rely on like 1 or 2 strats. So Vanguard's fairly adaptable.
Vanguard waiting out some grenades. If you have a minute and a half to play with, there are HEs, there are smokes, there are Molotovs, there are flashbangs. Fnatic have barely used grenades so far. So this may be a long one, it may be a dry one. Eric's got the lotion though.
Got plenty of lotion for them.
The hero AK on Kika, he's got no helmet. You can shoot through that wall successfully. You can spray someone down through it. There's the first frag for Fnatic. You can see they're playing at range. They know there are pistols abound. They have nobody near main, nobody near the ladder room. Playing connector and Ivy, and of course Ivy has a long channel as well, so Fnatic comfortable. They'll just wait. I hate holding angles like this for ages though. My eyes get tired, I have to blink a lot. Lovely. More meats, and here are the potatoes.
I love how the glass smashes as that grenade connects. It makes me think of a Fire in the Booth. Charlie Sloth smashing the glass. We should get
Is
some
that
of
an
those.
English thing?
Yes. Yes, like a DJ that he just has this soundboard and he just spams it all the time. just really obnoxious. Oh, what's that?
So that's a smoke for inside. Goes right by the stairs, I believe.
That is actually so sick.
Yeah,
It's a
they
nice
threw down
one.
the previous rounds
Yeah.
and stuck a molly, which I think Keycut ran through. There was no one to pick off, but this time there is a peek. Beautiful flashbang, and that is the kind of issues that they don't need right now. The shot misses, maybe taking evasive action, trying to strafe first. No damage done in that situation. Molotov towards the back of the sidewalk, and Angle's being held. Buster looking for something. He's got to be careful though. Exist starting to creep through. Doesn't want to go too far. Avoids collision with the grenade. Takes Buster out, but there is the trade. That is Crims alone. 1 versus 3 in Ivy. There's money for Fnatic, but he could do with saving his weapon.
I'm so glad whoever was by lower ramp on T side peaked with Fitch coming down lower ramp. Is so good because I saw Exist getting 2 kills right there. If that person, who I call Pop Dog area, if he did not swing with the guy lower ramp, then it would have had a chance for Exist to get 2 kills. So very good by Avangar working together.
Yep. It's the small things.
Making it work.
It's the small things. One of the things too is that if you study your own games and you also watch professional matches, you can start to sort of draw the comparisons in where the value is of plays, of how you play the map and how you play spots, and then you think about some of the basics about defense and offense and trading and spacing and everything else, and you start to see, like when you watch your own demos, oh, actually, in this match, one of the things that we need to work on is communication when we're peaking certain positions. And then that's something that you can incorporate over time and fix. And I feel like there's a lot of teams that just have pretty glaring problems that it feels like they never learn or fix these basic things, which they could easily just watch demos and look at how the top teams play, and they'd get there. But anyway, we will have a fast rush attempt from Fitch towards the Olofmeister position, which is dealt really well, or handled, I should say, really well by Fnatic. And Avangar will get creep Keycut, Rifler out for the upper position, and he is quite a performer here for his team. He's done a good amount of damage and put Fnatic in a dodgy spot once again. The contact plays, catching Fnatic with their pants around their ankles, tripping over themselves. It's all embarrassing and awkward.
I wonder if Fnatic's expecting. Yeah, they can't get inside again, right? They have to go outside this round. No, Avangar love to take inside. They love it. It's when their go-to's on train. Why? Because there's usually less people inside. They play the number game. Avangar plays the number game. Exchange, spacing. There's less than 2 people. That's where they're going to be going. That was weird. Yes. Oh wait,
Whoa,
you got the kill
is,
behind it.
Yeah, the bulk train. What? Can we see that again as we have the pause?
Just another time.
One more time. Here we go. That is so weird. He's reacting to the guy peeking, and that's hilarious. That's so weird.
That's crazy. Imagine if he doesn't land that frag. Maybe they lose the round. Game of millimeters. 3 rounds away of Avangar. It's kind of 50-50 the way these rounds have been going. Ignoring the pistol, of course. It's always someone about to type no. Ignore the pistol. And the anti-eco round. But from there, it's more or less 50-50. Now, with a 3-round lead for Fnatic, that might favor them, but I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say they've been trading rounds just now, but if they start to trade rounds towards the end, then that would favor the Ts because it's cheaper to buy. So let's see what Fnatic are able to do. They're waiting for their next buy, which is not right now. They've got 3 P250s and no flashes, but 2 smokes. 2 plays elevated. Kika is gonna get victimized, or maybe not. He's low, so no, he's dead now. He's been finished off. 3 players remain for Fnatic. The bomb is on a long rotation. JW's made his way through Ivy and he's quickly... Oh, there could be a really weird duel here. I think he's been spotted by Sanji and there is help on the way. And now Crims is alone. So I think most of the problems have... Well, most of the problems have been solved. There's only one problem to solve, which is Crims. We've got Buster standing on default. I don't know if Crims has spotted him, but he's trying to sneakily make his way. He's been spotted and swatted. And there's round number 11 for Avangar. Just 2 rounds away now. It's getting tight.
Twice.
Indeed it is, but Fnatic looks like they're losing a lot of rounds because they're missing some shots. Really playing tight defense, working it out. Lacking utility. Not many Molotovs. Actually, only 1 Molotov for the CT side. Let's see where Brolin is going to throw that bad boy. Vanguard's going to throw the smoke, E-box smoke. Damage.
Yeah, so just dumping the initial utility. I spoke about this a lot yesterday, where you throw this, E-box and sandwich smoke, creates lots of pressure. We saw a round previously where Avangar rushed inside after throwing one guy out towards Olofmeister, and it worked. They just got into the B-bomb site and everything was great. Fnatic were out of position. And sometimes you go with these smokes, and you can see a late sort of push with them. And then they'll go for the nades after the smokes start to fade. Nice pick off though from Crims as he cuts down the numbers, and Brolin tries to take some forward position as he creeps up between the smoke, betwixt the smoke. Trying to do the damage that he can, but there is still a player around sorry, I should say Pop Dog, which Brolin's trying to locate. He's gonna get back to safety. It feels like Fnatic... Avangar played such a slow pace. It felt like Fnatic were just bobbing and weaving and taking position and finding fights and getting kills, whilst Avangar kind of just chilling.
Yeah.
And so credit to Fnatic for the proactive play. It's worked out for them massively, and that will be the 14th round.
There's a lot of money for Avangar, however. And for Fnatic, let's see what their buy is going to look like. I suppose they can spread the wealth and everybody will be happy. There we go. So it will be quite reasonable. But Avangar have Fnatic at breaking point. You can see Fnatic have lone loss bonus. So there is so much to gain for Avangar. And very quickly indeed, if they can win this round, I would say this is a must-win for them. Obviously, if they lose it, it's match point, but there are more rounds to come. But look at their money as well. Their money's in the bin. There's no loss bonus for anyone. Everybody's got to win this one.
Oh, would have been a tough one for JW, expecting to jump up onto the crate. Maybe even a run boost. But not the low peak. That's actually, I think, the least common way to peak that these days in the top level.
Connect to smoke. Oh no, it's a flash.
It's a flashbang. 2-man setup here. ECS, he's done so much. Twists. Oh my god, Sanji. I would have loved to see that shot into Sanji, from Sanji.
This round is everything for Avangar. We spoke about it already, but maybe it's not over just yet. There's a diffuse kit for Crims, and that's about it. We've got a flank coming in from James. Crims starting to move up. Will he read a potential flank, however? Of course, James did pick his teammate from Ivy. Radar? No? Surely part of him was showing, or maybe it's just the outline of the X-ray for us. But there we are. That's round number 12 for Avangar, and they have put Fnatic into eco territory.
I've never seen an AWP flank as many times as Jamie has on this map. I think yesterday we saw him do it like 2-3 times too, just flanking Z with an AWP. It's like, okay. Okay, Jamie. Hammy.
My name's James. Do what I want.
Hammy.
Do what I want. I'll say, you want me to go here? Shut up. I'm going to do what I want.
Nice little turn around, but he doesn't connect the shot at the guy in near Z. Force Jamie to fall back. He's all alone, doesn't want to get caught out again and lose a round and give up an up.
I can't go to connector this way.
Can't go this
Let
way.
me figure out another one. Alright, so we've got the push coming in towards connector, and of course it will be annihilated by the firing squad that is Avangar in that round. And Fnatic back into the buy once again. Can they prevent Avangar from equalizing the score? Again, this is the final map in this best of 3. If Avangar are unable to get to the finals, then they will have no chance at qualifying. If Fnatic win this series, NIP will qualify. NIP are actually knocked out already this week, so Fnatic are doing it for Sweden.
Bet Get Right's watching in his underpants. With
That's so
beer
specific.
in each hand.
He's probably practicing right now, James.
You think he's double fisting the beers?
Why you gotta say that?
It's the terminology. Commonly accepted.
I know, but why do you gotta say beards though? Like, I thought that was assumed.
Wow, okay, because it was the context.
Where did Twist just get shot from? Did he get shot from up the ramp by Keycut, maybe? A pot shot, I suppose. He's rotated away with AWP, but there we go. Oh no! JW just confused in the dissipating smoke. The dying embers, maybe.
Yes.
And that's a 4 versus 4. There's a minute on the clock. So crucial for both these teams. It might slip away from Fnatic if they drop another round. And for Avangar, again, fighting for survival. Really going down to the wire in this final map.
So they're going towards inner, actually. Buster's already taken position. He's thinking, it looks like he's thinking about going down ramp even. And this will have to be the final play for Avangar. Indeed, the full rotation towards inner. Now, what is the option here? They've got, okay, so they've got Sanji, who's trying to make it look like it's going to be an outside play, but he's taking down the 4 HP already, which means Fnatic know exactly what's going on. They've got the perfect setup to deal with this as well. And Avangar are getting wiped out. Oh, no.
The self-pop flash into main was probably a tell. Sanji with 4 HP. He's got to hold on to his gun because it is match point for Fnatic as time continues to tick. Maybe looking to rescue a sniper if he can. A second one's being picked up, so that's looking unlikely. Match point for Fnatic. And again, they can drop some rifles for the teammates. Same can be said for Avangar. Jame with almost $10,000. He'll buy himself an AWP first, of course. And he's good to go.
It's like the 3rd or 4th time Exist has got multi-kills, and there's been a nuisance by the oil spy. If I was a Vanguard, I'd be kind of annoyed at this point. It's just that same spot's killing us over and over again.
Crims wanted to go aggressive, but he's been denied by the Molotovs. But JW's there to help him out. You want to be aggressive, Crims? Here's the flash. Oh, the jump across there. P died, though. Oh, my God. Jame actually got JW there. There's the point flash. That's so funny. And down to 2 players after that headshot from Sanji. He's been pretty key in a lot of these spots, and clutch is still possible. So much time to move around. The bomb is yet to find its position on a bomb site. But that's unfortunate. That always feels really frustrating when you sort of jump onto a ledge just as someone peeks you. You got that jump, landing and accuracy. It's not a good feeling. And
the timing. That's divine intervention across the map. Ivy flying in as the flashbang goes off, taking out the flasher, leaving an MP9 to duel an AK afterwards. Exist jumping up, getting taken out towards the B bomb site. Absolute madness. Side plant for Avangar as they have secured the B bomb site. And yeah, I mean, Fnatic are going to get $1,400. They're not going to have a whole lot.
It's actually so key for Twist to save this AWP because of that situation. Oh, he's been denied. Oof, that is really bad. There's not even an AWP, not even a single rifle that they can potentially bring to this round. I mean, they can maybe get a FAMAS on Brolan.
But they get they have a chance to have the best guns in the game. That's pistols.
Well, Joe's bought an Nova, so
that goes out the window.
yeah, I don't know if I'm a believer in the Nova. I think I would get I'd rather the CZ's Kevlar full utility than the Nova.
You usually get Nova for you want to build money.
It's JW though.
It's JW.
He's going pop, so oh, okay, well there we go. That's Jame taken down. That's pretty big because Jame is usually the guy that's going to be getting picks. So he's out of the picture. So with that, they're going to try to go for position. Smoke gets dropped in. Oh, the lineup! The damage is unbelievable, and they're ready to be finished off, polished off by Exist as he wraps a neat little bow on top of that play. And now it's a 4 versus 1. What is happening? It's not like this. Fnatic. Fitch has to play this so carefully. Now he's been spotted. And this is hopeless now, surely. And they're going to finish him off. What the hell did we just witness? 60-14. I cannot believe it finished like that.
Yeah, that's got to be very disheartening for Avangar to come all the way back to lose in a fashion with some scouts, shotgun, with some pistols.
That's a shame. That's got to be a kick in the teeth for them, and I do believe that means that Ninjas in Pajamas have qualified for LAN. So congratulations to them. They thought they had last week, but Avangar had a late appearance in this week, and NIP will come out on top thanks to their Swedish preference, thanks to Exist. He did a lot of work in that game of Train. That was really awesome to watch. Again, the rest of these teams in the European segment still have money to play for, so we'll follow that through for the remainder of this week. But Avangar continue to impress. They continue to be a strong team. They've got great AWPing on the side. There's a lot of players, and there's great potential. They have a very strong base to build upon, and by no means have they reached their ceiling.
Look at those, how many kills and assists got in that spot. But you know, you gotta. Avangar probably don't hang your heads too low. You didn't qualify, but again, as you said, a lot of potential with Avangar. They almost beat a Fnatic in the best of 3. And that's not a joke.
Those stats cannot be right. I think those stats are very, very wrong. So never mind those.
What a sick game, 60-14. Everyone's got less than 10 frags. Let's go.
Yeah, fantastic. Well,
a lot of saving.
Congratulations to, Fnatic. They'll move on and they can fight for more money later on this week. And congratulations to Ninjas in Pajamas, who will now be heading their way. So if you're a fan of beers and Nando's, so are Ninjas in Pajamas. Get yourself some tickets to the finals. ECS.faceit.com. Join Ninjas in Pajamas and everybody else who has qualified so far, and get yourself down to London. It's going to be amazing, it always is. And just after the break, we're going to have Cloud9 versus MIBR. Those two will be fighting for a spot in the finals as well. There are a lot of teams who can qualify in the North American segment. That is coming very soon indeed. So a short break and then more carnage to come. We'll see you back here soon. Oh, X Factor, play the game. Sorry, your microphone's too low. X Factor, play of the game. I had an idea of what I would like to see from this. I think the JW4K I'm hoping for, but who the hell knows? We're about to find out. Yes! I guessed it right! This was amazing. This was a very key round for Fnatic to win, and most certainly helped them towards the victory, and having a dominant T half as well. They went a man down, and then JW just ripped Avangar from pillar to post to shreds like a shredder. That was a beautiful play. Excellent stuff from him. That was very deserving X Factor play of the game. Any comments on that, guys?
If you consider how strong their T half was and that's the beginning of the train, that was pretty key because it was 16-14 and they won with the save round. So, yeah, pretty important moment.
I think Avangar just a little more adjustment on their CT side, and maybe even T side a little bit. You see them kind of do the same thing a lot, and if a team's going to anti-strat them and watch what they do, they can be easily read. So maybe just a little more adjustments mid half or whatnot, just to have something else in the bank other than their usual playstyle.
And with that, we will move to North America. But first, a break. We'll see you back on the other side.